So shout out to all the amazing D9 for all the work that you've done, all the service, and let's keep going with this excellence.
So what do you think? Do you think it gets better with age? And when did you become comfortable with sex?
Oof.
I don't know about the age part because I'm not up there like y'all, but
you taking shots for no
choosing violence.
for no. Good evening, ladies. Welcome to the lounge. Alex, Amber,
Hey.
Ron, and I'm feeling away. It's the playoffs, but how are you guys doing?
You guys lost.
You know, I'm actually okay. We got to a point where we haven't gotten to in a long time. They played their hearts out this season, so I'm actually okay with it. I'm okay where the Browns stand.
What's the Steelers doing right now, there, Alex?
You know.
No, actually, no, I don't know.
I don't either, but you know.
Did they go home?
No, they played tomorrow. Their game got delayed because they were in Buffalo, and Buffalo is under snow.
Weather conditions. Okay, so we'll see tomorrow. But yes, I'm better than I was yesterday. I was on edge, and just like Amber, I am super proud of the Browns. We had to play through a lot of adversity this year. 4 quarterbacks. I'm sorry, it was more than that. Was it 4? 4 quarterbacks, depleted line, I believe, and we did not have Nick Chubb. And I still think we did very well. So I hope that the Browns, coach for the Browns, get Coach of the Year.
I do too. I think he deserves it.
Because to me, at this point, it was about coaching. Because how do you take all that adversity, going down to your 4th quarterback, just and finding a way to win? That's good coaching. That's just me. All right, Amber, you wanted to say hi and what's up too? Go
ahead. So just as we are going into MLK Day, just kind of giving a shout out to the J days. So the D9 founder days. So we have January 5th, Kappa Alpha Psi, January 9th, Phi Beta Sigma, January 13th, the devastating divas of DST. Hello. Oh. And we have January 15th, Alpha Kappa Alpha, and January 16th, Zeta Phi Beta. So shout out to all the amazing D9 for all the work that you've done, all the service, and let's keep going with this excellence.
I love it. Happy Founders Day to all of them. Yeah. Well, and so she brought up MLK Day. We are doing this recording a day before Martin Luther King Jr.'s Day. We observing it. Looks like in 1983, Congress made it an official holiday, his birthday. And so we celebrate it as a federal holiday. And then in 1994, Congress said that it was going to be a national day of service. And so what that means is that we're supposed to expand out into our communities. It's a day of community service, interracial cooperation, and youth violence initiative, anti-youth violence initiatives. So that's what we're supposed to do, day of service. And 2 administrations were integral in that. First, it was the Reagan administration for making it a federal holiday, and then Bill Clinton's administration for making it a national day of service. And so, I don't know, I used to do a lot of the programs, participate in a lot of programs when I was in the military, and I kind of got away from it. And so, unfortunately, I feel like I'm just not doing enough on MLK Day, just taking it as a day off. What have you ladies done in the past and moving forward? And does this day still hold its significance?
Alex?
No. To be honest, I take it as a holiday. Well, I try to take it as a holiday, even though I don't get it off. But if I can take it off, I'm definitely doing it because I feel like that's our day to just kind of like sit back and relax. But we should take it more seriously than what we do because I feel like it literally is just like a quick little 3-day weekend for most people. And it kind of really irritates me that a lot of businesses don't recognize that as a federal holiday. Like they do Columbus Day or Indigenous Day, like,
President's Day.
right,
Mhm. Okay.
July 4th, and not Juneteenth. Even though a lot of places are seeing Juneteenth, but now more so, though.
Because I think this year would be the third year that Juneteenth was a federal holiday.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't
Yeah.
get that off either, so.
Feel
Only
salty.
to be fair, I think it's only a couple holidays that everyone gets off anyway, and that's Christmas and maybe Thanksgiving. But a lot
Yeah,
of the other holidays, people are
New Year's.
working.
New Year's.
Yes, and New Year's. But the healthcare workers are still working. There are people who
Hmm.
still are working. But I think those are the only two holidays where like no one's working. The rest of the federal holidays, people are in.
And honestly, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's, Starbucks was open, so I don't even know if they really just there.
People were out there too, so I guess I said they had to make their
Were,
money.
but
Yeah.
we close at 3. We are not like if you ain't here by 3,
Mhm.
and they
Amber,
have,
how you feeling about the day?
I definitely think we got away of what the true meaning was. I remember back in the day when people would go out for the parade, do community service.
Mhm.
Now, if you look at it, it's more day parties.
Oh.
And I do go to the day parties, but you don't see a lot of
mm,
more. You, don't judge. You don't see a lot of the community service, or you don't really see a lot advertised on like parades. I
Mhm.
do know that some cities still have parades, like Baltimore still have their MLK Day
Mhm.
parade, but I think a lot of people have been taking it as a day of rest, as reparations, but also a day
Well, I
of
do too.
reflection.
Okay.
and I
Mhm.
remember back in like school when we had to like watch like movies and videos, like it was an all day thing where we just did like a remembrance.
Mhm.
And again, y'all still do that for 9/11, but not Martin Luther King. But whatever.
Mm. So okay, I remember when this took place when they made it a federal holiday. I was in elementary school, and I remember it just being huge, right, every single year. And so, and yes, it has become a day of rest for me, unfortunately,
Mhm.
or fortunately, yeah. And I am going to rest tomorrow, maybe do some work, but I would like to get back out into the community to do something.
And also highlight this is where the birthday song from Stevie Wonder comes from. Happy
Mm-hmm.
birthday.
We're not going to sing that one.
Yeah. I mean, you want me
Happy
to?
birthday.
Birthday to you.
Happy
Happy
Even though
birthday to
I like
you.
that one, but I want to learn the new version. I want
There's no
to
new version of that one. They just made a new birthday song. So stop.
happy.
Can we just leave that at the Cheesecake Factory? And please don't sing either one of those versions at my birthday party. And thank you in advance.
But I will.
Um,
Anyways.
I just want the regular birthday song without the cha cha cha.
Hmm.
Let me give you
Cha cha
the
cha makes it.
cha cha cha.
I think the cha cha cha. I don't want to tell you what I think
Ooh
about the
la
cha cha
la.
cha. No, just sing the birthday song or just don't sing it all.
Okay,
Ew,
basic.
you just want us to be basic and we're not.
I'm not going to be basic.
Mm.
And
Anyway,
you want us to be basic and we're not.
those songs are basic.
It's the audacity right now.
Yeah, and I need for y'all to get some acceptance. Alex, what you got
Moving
for us?
on.
What you got for us?
Okay, so I have a scenario question.
Ask the fam. They want to ask the fam.
Ask the fam. So we're
All
gonna give help to these few people, 2 people.
right. Oof. You sure they want our help?
Mm-hmm. They want somebody's help.
Okay.
Okay, so first one. I am a married high school art teacher. I had an affair with the married father of one of my top students. We were careful and responsible. We were only having fun, but never meant to ruin our home fronts. Right before Christmas break, my student used her father's laptop to complete an assignment and she found our Facebook messages. She captured the racy messages and printed them out and gift wrapped them on everybody's Christmas wrappers with the messages. She gave the gifts to her friends. The messages are embarrassing. I can't wait for you to ram your down my throat again, etc. My DMs blew up with the pics of this. Former students who I failed before are threatening to create a t-shirt line with the message. My husband is telling everyone to embarrass me and he's leaving me. How do I stop the madness? I try to have the students suspended, but the school doesn't want to get involved in a free speech lawsuit, and she didn't give anyone the gifts on school grounds. I may lose everything, my job, my husband, and my life. My lover hasn't responded to my messages, i.e., my lover is who I had the affair with. What do I do? Help.
Ooh.
Okay, can you run the first part back through me? Because
Yes.
I told you,
Okay.
yeah, just the
So
first
she was a
part.
married high school art teacher. She
Mhm.
had an affair with a father of one of her students who is also married.
Okay, got it. Okay, okay,
And right before Christmas, her student found out on her father's laptop, got all the
yeah,
messages, wrapped them up, sent them off.
got it. Okay, and now okay. So, what does she want from
She
people?
needs help on how to deal with the situation because she done messed up, basically.
Well, I don't think she.
It's already out there.
I was going to say it's already been
But
dealt with.
she doesn't have help from her school. She doesn't know what to do with the students threatening her. She doesn't know about to do with the student that's putting out all these messages, and the person who she's having an affair with is not responding. So she's asking, like, what can she do to help save herself from all of this?
Well,
And her husband already outed her.
her first step professionally would be to go to her administration and get in front of it and see what she can do. Because even though, that relationship was outside the school, that student can still be in some type of, trouble for passing on those messages, those illicit messages. That that's some form of porn or something that should not be shared with other students in the school. I think that's something, but professionally, that's her first move. I mean, what else is there to do? She can't do anything about the lover because why would you
What
be
he's
concerned
gonna
with the
do?
lover? Yeah, why would you be
What's he
concerned? You
gonna
need to
do?
be. You concerned about the lover? What about your husband? You trying to
Yeah.
save that?
He basically just said, like, the husband already outed her, and he already said he don't want her no more.
Oh, okay, well then there's nothing to do there,
But
other
he
than
must
protect
love her. Yeah.
your assets. So you lost two men. You lost your lover, probably, which
Mhm.
you never had in the first place because they were married. The second one,
Correct.
you lost your actual husband because you were messing around. So there you go. Now you're at risk of losing your job because you were very hasty with your phone situation at school or however the student got the messages. I don't know. She shouldn't get in trouble for that part because the student did the most, invaded both her father's and her privacy outside of school grounds. So I'll be more worried professionally than I would be personally, because personally she's screwed.
Amber.
I don't think she's screwed. I think she just needs to go ahead and it's already out there, so it's not too much you can do. And these other students who are or previous students who are trying to threaten her, like it's out there. So what are you going to do? Um, I, I I don't know. It as I always say, there's always consequences. So she kind of knew.
That's what I'm saying. She's screwed. She's chopped and screwed. So so at this point she can only save herself professionally. Her personal life is in shambles, but there's no harm there because no one's going to jail. She just lost a lover, and she's getting a divorce to protect your assets, anything you can get out of that marriage because that's over,
I
and go
mean,
over there
can
and
you
see
go
how
to
you
the
can
next?
redeem yourself professionally.
Can we go to the next school district?
I was just going to say maybe we just need to change districts.
Can we just go and just
Come on,
hey,
everybody.
come
but
on over?
not in central Pennsylvania because they all these teachers know each other. So trust
Right.
me, by the time you get over to the other district, your name will have already
Well,
preceded
she
you.
she was in Mississippi, so I feel like Mississippi's big enough.
Mm,
No, it's probably country enough just to have some small town little stuff with
Yeah.
some stuff like this going on. She's screwed. Teachers talk.
She needs another state. Okay. So
Yep.
basically, our help for her is she's kind of just fucked, and there's nothing
No,
really.
man, that was my help for her. I feel like the help she should have got was to figure out why she's stepping out on her husband. But we're well past that right now.
pretty
Okay.
much.
So our next one, our next little helper. My girlfriend of a year and a half, was the bridesmaid in her best friend's wedding. I knew she was the woman I married. I would marry.
I'm sorry. Can you start over? I hate listening
Yeah.
to you. Go ahead.
I have a girlfriend of a year and a half, and she was the bridesmaid in her best friend's wedding. I knew she would be the woman I'd marry, and my intent was to propose to her at our apartment after the wedding. Three of my fraternity brothers served as groomsmen. At the wedding reception, one of my frat brothers pulled me aside and asked, "You hitting it too?" I said, "Yeah, I'm locking her down." He looked sick and told me that my girlfriend allowed slash insisted that they run a train on her at the bachelor party. I didn't believe him, so he brought another frat over to confirm. This frat had pictures.
I was just going
He
to say
said,
those receipts. Ooh.
"Wait, this frat had pictures." He
Damn.
said she wanted her private orgy with the groomsmen because the groom turned her down. He proudly added three words I'll never forget: "We hit raw." My girlfriend raced over to pull me away from them so we could dance. I left her at the reception. She called me later on. Me, guess what I found out today? Her drunk. About my brain tumor, I'm sorry I hit it. It's aggressive and it's nothing I can do at this point. But live. Can we at least be good to each other and have fun while I'm still here? Parentheses, this tumor is real. She also has medical marijuana for the pain, and surgery isn't an option at this point. At the end of the conversation, she asked me to marry her before the end so she could leave this world as a respected, married woman and make her father proud. But I can't stand with her as my bride, knowing that she likely fucked every man at that party.
And she's blaming it on the brain tumor.
Advice.
So I feel like I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna pull a Grey's Anatomy's moment because Amelia had a brain tumor and she was doing stuff and didn't know. It,
But no, I don't think that she's blaming it on the brain tumor. He's just saying, guess what I found out at the wedding? And she's thinking someone let it slip. Oh, like, did someone tell you about my brain tumor? Oh, I'm so sorry. I just want to live my life. I want to get married. And he's just like, in the back of his,
Oh, so whoa. So he thinks is. I'm sorry. So she believes it's about the brain tumor, and she
not
doesn't
about
think
him finding
she,
out that
she didn't
she,
know she got outed.
right.
okay.
Yes.
I didn't hear it
How
that
I'm,
way.
no,
I
that's
didn't
how
hear
I'm
it that
taking it.
way. She's lying. She don't have no
That's how
brain
I'm taking
tumor.
it.
That she don't have no brain tumor. And there's no way everybody else knew beside him, and they've been together for a year and a half. So she came up with that brain tumor
But
nonsense.
this was her best friend's wedding.
I don't care.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I don't care. The timing of the tumor is just off. And how does he not
The tumor?
know? And everybody else knows about this brain tumor. It's like, oh, you must have found out because everybody came over and told you about the brain tumor. That is not the way this works.
But then also he did say the tumor is real. She also has medical marijuana for pain, and surgery also isn't an option. So he knew about the tumor. So she just drunkenly said, "Oh, about this, can't we just live our life?" And then at the end of the conversation, marry me. So I
She
feel like
did a
she's trying to play
YOLO.
pity
So
on him.
she wasn't just telling him about the tumor.
No, I feel like she was kind of trying to play pity. Like, I have a brain tumor. I'm going to die soon, and surgery's not an option. And I just want to live my life. But I also want to be married and respected. But I still want to be a little slut. So that's how I feel like she's just going on about this
Either
situation.
way,
No, I'm not
either
slut
way,
shaming. I'm not slut shaming.
either way,
I feel I feel like
she's
she
using the tumor
YOLO'd.
as an excuse.
She
You're
YOLO'd.
saying the brain tumor is an excuse.
I don't believe I don't believe the tumor's real.
Okay, so
Hey.
what do you feel about the three? Because I feel like we're not talking about them enough. The three frat brothers, his frat brothers at that came
That
up to him.
and knew that that was his girl.
Mm-hmm.
I think they did the right thing.
And the one proudly said, "Oh, we hit it raw."
Yeah, that's because that's what assholes do. And he needs to know that she let all of us hit
I'm fighting for my life.
while being with you. Yeah. Now I don't know about if I would keep them as friends.
I'm fighting.
Who? Everybody?
Everybody at that wedding can catch these hands. Grandmama
What?
too. Because she probably saw some sneaky shit and she ain't say nothing but be messy.
I don't like
You
this one.
know,
This is a no brainer for me.
if you say I got a month to live, I'm probably going YOLO too. I probably be doing everything
Yeah.
under the sun. I mean,
Okay, so
yeah.
what I'm sorry.
They
When
just said
did
that huh?
when did she know about this tumor? Because you're making it seem like they both of them already knew about this tumor. The way you
Oh,
read it, the way you read it is she called him up the next day,
okay, this is what
probably
he said. I left her after he found out. I left her at the reception.
right.
She calls me after the wedding, and I say, "Guess what? I just found out." She says about my brain tumor. Tumor. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. It's aggressive. Da,
Okay,
da, da,
so
da.
so he did
And then
not
he
already
put
know. He
no,
didn't already know.
but then he puts in parentheses the brain the brain tumor is real. She even takes medical marijuana for this, and surgery is not an option.
But that's probably the information he's getting from her. He's just recapping that
Okay,
conversation by
okay.
okay, so he didn't know before. She just chimed in all of a sudden and said, "Oh, you must have found out about my brain tumor. There is no brain tumor. She's lying. The timing of the tumor is perfect, set right when he found out all this other information. So let's just stop."
Do you think she's lying about a brain tumor?
Yes, that's what. First of all, a person that's with somebody for a year and a half that let somebody run a train on them, right? Voluntarily. This was consensual. Is capable of lying about a brain tumor to get out of something.
Okay, pause. Because if something just clicked in my head. This was her best friend's wedding, and then she also said she wanted to get slutted out by all three because she couldn't get with the groom. Your best friend's man?
Oh yeah, I missed that part.
So yes, she's fully capable of making up a tumor to get out of something. Can we move on? Was this the last
Yeah.
one?
No, I have one more, and that's it.
I thought you said you had two.
Just one more, because they're all were like
Go
short
ahead.
little.
Go ahead.
All right,
These are easy.
my wife's pranks are getting out of control. I threw
What's getting out of control?
my wife's pranks are out of control.
Pranks. Okay, got you.
Pranks. I threw toothpicks in her panty drawer, and she slipped on her panties, and toothpicks separated her butt cheeks.
Okay, Alex.
The pain, like the horror screams, it was hilarious. That's all I've done to her. She's replaced my gin with rubbing alcohol. She sprayed stinky hair remover on my brush. My beard is now full of bald patches. But the absolute deal breaker happened when she crawled on top of me while I slept and put her rose sex toy in my butt and turned it on. My knee jerk reaction was to push her off the bed. No one plays with my ass except her Rose. But now I find myself using it alone, and it's amazing. What has she done to me? I enjoy it so much that I'm wanting to watch gay porn to figure out what they do and
I
to
can't.
and decide if I really like what's happening to me. I feel like I'm going down a slippery slope to download land, and I can't stop. Help. I just had to throw that one in there. I'm sorry.
So what is he
It
asking
is.
for help with? Is he gay or not?
Just is he going down download land?
No, I don't think he is. There's a
Mm,
such thing as homoneurotic. So just because you might enjoy something doesn't might it might not mean you love the whole act of it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing we our bodies are going to respond to
Right, and
to
that's where their G
stimuli.
spot is at.
Right.
So
And porn I think is made to trigger anything, right? So even if you're not into that out here in the world, you might be into it on video. So what my
right,
recommendation to him is if you want to explore more about what this is that you're feeling in your ass, how about turn off Pornhub and XNXX and do more things with your wife in your
exactly.
ass, and then you can feel totally comfortable. Keep the
Try
ass
plugging.
play, keep the ass play in your marriage.
Right.
I
That way
agree.
there's no shame. Everybody's on
They
the
can
same
try.
sheet of music,
You
right?
can try tagging with him. They could. There's so many other options that they could go for.
Right. You get your butthole filled. You don't have to like I would stay off of porn. I think porn was the wrong direction to go with this. That's what I have to
Yeah,
say.
absolutely love.
Ask the fam just went left. This was like the first time we did this segment and it just went left so fast.
Not
Did
really.
it?
Good segue into our.
I like that.
Our
I
great.
like what you did. I like what you did.
It
Okay,
was a
so
great conversation.
we are going to talk about some sex today. I feel like I'm already exhausted and I don't want to talk about sex anymore. Because I just got done talking about somebody's ass play with his wife and being on
Was it
porn.
quick?
I
Was
don't
it
know
a
how to
quickie
feel.
and you need to smoke?
I don't know how to feel right now. I'm not going to smoke on this thing. Sex. So there are several factors that contribute, since we're talking about sexuality, that contribute to sexuality. But this time I don't really mean sexuality about who we like to sleep with, more about how we feel about ourselves as sexual beings, so our sexuality. And so there's a few factors that contribute to how we feel about sex and sexuality. And some of those are our mental well-being, um, how much experience we have, peer or community influence, like, what are our friends doing, what are our friends saying. We learn a lot from our peers in school, or we think we know a lot or learn a lot from our friends in school. Our age, our family background, anything we consume on any type of media, our own sexual identity. And when I say sexual identity, like, how we present, as well as like how and actually who we love will fall under this one. And so even if we have any other factors, include like disability or any medical problems you might have, may affect how you feel about yourself as a sexual being. Trauma
Mm-hmm.
comes into play. I probably should have put that one first, but and also our religious background contribute. So I was reading an article. So this is not anything that's peer reviewed science. I was reading an article on BuzzFeed and they did a survey and it said that most people say that sex is better as you age, which is one of the contributing factors to our sexuality. So what do you think? Do you think it gets better with age? And when did you become comfortable with sex?
Oof.
I don't know about the age part because I'm not up there like y'all, but
Ooh, you taking shots for no reason.
Choosing violence.
For no
Okay.
reason. Shots
sorry,
for
what was
no reason.
what was the other question? I'm sorry.
Mm.
First of all, do you agree that sex gets better with age? And
uh,
and when did you start to become more comfortable with sex?
okay, seriously though, I do feel like it does get better with age because I enjoy sex way more now than what I did when I was like 18, 19, 20.
Why?
I feel like at that time, certain situations, if I knew how to use my voice more and I wouldn't have been in certain majority of those situations that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, I probably wouldn't have had sex at that moment.
Mm.
So I don't want to say it was like a fearful thing, but it was just kind of like an awkward, okay, let's just get this over with, and move on about it. But as I'm as I got older, it was more like, no, I don't like this. This is not okay with me. So now I'm being more vocal about that, so I can easily take myself out of situations, and I'm more vocal about what I actually like and what I don't like. So I feel like just within this few years, that's when I became really more comfortable with it, with my sexuality.
I feel that. Go ahead. Yeah.
I do think it get better with age. I lost my virginity at 16, so I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what the hell I was doing anyway. Um, and I remember in college, um, one of my partners asked, "Did you come?" And I was like, "When am I expecting? Like, I don't know." Who I was waiting for, like you always see the shows where you see the fireworks and just the sweats, and I was like, And I don't think I actually realized what it was until I was in my mid 20s, and what I wanted until my mid 20s. And
Really,
being
in your
able to
mid
say,
20s.
yeah, mid
Oh.
20s, that's when I was able to kind of, oh shit, this is an orgasm. And I like this. I don't like that.
Right.
Um, so I think as you get older, as Alex said, you start to learn your voice and kind of figure out what it is you like, because dudes be thinking that it's it and it's not.
Mm-hmm. Alex, I saw you.
I'm gonna let you speak, and then I have a question for both of you.
Okay. Um, I think I became more comfortable in my 20s also. Definitely when I was in high school, did not know what I was doing. I don't even think my first time was my first time because I don't know if it got in or not. I don't know. I just remember He-Man was playing in the background.
Why, He-Man? Why?
I don't know. So I don't even know if my first time was my first time. So I can't, I don't know what to say. But I think any experience I had after that could only go up and get better. And I would say sex did get better. Especially I want to say in my 30s. I was becoming comfortable in my 20s, but it got extraordinary in my 30s. I kind of, found a partner that I can explore a lot more with. Didn't know that, some things could happen the way they happen, and so I became more comfortable. And now anything goes. I don't care. I'm be 50 here soon, and I love it.
Period. So, okay, my question is, because I feel like I can count on one hand how many times I've had an orgasm from a man.
Oh, I didn't know
So,
you was doing that. Okay, damn.
um,
I'm going hard.
being that I am very ill experienced in that area,
Whoa,
do
whoa,
you
whoa, whoa,
guys?
whoa, whoa. What did you just say? You said because you said you can count on one hand how many times you've had an orgasm from a man. One hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not maybe not five, but at least on one hand. But then you also said that you're more comfortable with sex now than you were
Yeah,
before. So how is I don't see how you got one
it's
without the
not like
other.
I'm going out sleeping with like everybody. I'm just my little group.
No, okay,
Uh,
maybe I'm understanding this wrong. You said you've only orgasmed how many times? Oh, only with 5 men.
yes, yes, and
Guess
that's
what?
happened later on in life.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
I'm so confused, but go ahead.
I'm saying it's been a handful of times that I've had an actual orgasm.
So she's saying that she's
I can
never
count on one
really,
hand.
yeah, she's never
Right.
had a
So
a lot of orgasms.
And
Okay, I
that's why
got
I'm
you.
confused at how are you comfortable, but you only had a handful.
because in my earlier years, they weren't great.
Okay, I got you.
So
I'm
that
sorry.
those
Go
yeah,
ahead.
those came later.
Okay, please
but
finish your thought. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm trying to
but
follow.
I'm trying to damn it. I forget what I'm about
And
to
I understand what she's
Yes.
saying. Just because she's had partners, or just because she's comfortable, does not mean that a person is going to give you an orgasm.
Gotcha.
Right. So what I'm trying to say is, how many times do you guys feel like you've had a partner actually like? When was your first time you actually had your oh wow moment? Because
An
I know
orgasm?
mine. Yes, the
Mid
big O.
20s. It was mid 20s.
Because
Probably
I
probably
cried
when
on
I was
mine.
a little girl because I used to bring my own self to that when I was a young girl.
I'm saying with a man.
You didn't say that.
With a man,
Oh,
Sharon.
with a man in my 20s.
Okay.
Mhm.
And when did you know?
Oh, that's a
Like that.
lie. That's a lie. I'm sorry. Um, in my teens, my late teens. I
Okay.
feel
So
like
when did you know that was
when did I
what that?
know?
Yeah.
I think I knew what it was because I already experienced the one on my own.
I didn't. It was different. I was like, "What's this?"
Yeah. Yeah. I'd already
Definitely
experienced
a different feeling.
Yeah.
it's all kind of
Mm-hmm.
explosive to me.
Listen.
So,
Mm-mm.
of varying degrees, some of them are more intense than others. And
Hmm.
Right.
so, I still knew what it was and I knew it felt good because I had already experienced it myself. So it wasn't like when it came, I was like, ooh, what is this? I knew exactly what it was. And I already knew what my
Well,
body was supposed to be doing because of it.
I didn't.
No, me either.
Yeah.
And I
So
So,
actually had cried because I didn't know what was happening.
so that,
mm,
that brings me back to how we see ourselves as sexual beings, some of those factors. See, my trauma history, helped me, not helped me, but gave me a sense of what my body can do and what my body can't do. Unfortunately, that's how I found out, right? At such an early age. And the way it works is, we don't have to enjoy the experience for our bodies to respond. But I knew early on that my body can do something with stimuli. So,
and I think my trauma history shut me down.
mm, mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what to, mm-mm, bringing it all the way down. So
Gotcha.
it wasn't until my mid-20s where I felt not embarrassed or ashamed.
About how I felt.
Yes.
Yeah. I
And
think that's, go ahead. I'm sorry.
mine made me more out there than others. So
Mhm.
when I was able to like regain control of that back, I was actually not calling myself a hoe. I was calling myself a liberated woman because I was able to take that power back and not just sleep around just to sleep around.
Gotcha. Same. I am also, you know, when I found out about trauma and how our body works and how, just court cases where, they say, well, she did this and so she must have liked it or whatever. Our bodies are just going to do some things that our brains are not going to register. And so once I understood what had happened to me and why my body reacted, I could separate the two and say, you know what? I'm okay. That wasn't my fault. I'm not that person. I'm not into that or whatever that was. This is the sexual being I am right now, and I'm okay. So
What was it like for you guys? If you want to share this, um, losing your virginities, because everyone always has that fairy tale moment, and
nigga, I just
it's
told
not
you
that.
He-Man was in the background. Like, I don't know. Can I hold on? So the reason I brought this topic up, I had someone who asked me who's not experienced with sex at all, and I think one of the questions they were going to ask me was, what should I expect? I
That's
think
what I'm
that's the
saying.
last.
People that expect
Right,
that fairy tale,
right,
oh my god, it's gonna be like fire, like how Amber said, the little fireworks and everything like
right.
that. It's not. It
So
can
if,
be
if
very
so if we're
miserable.
gonna so if we're gonna go there, let's um let's go there, but let's be gentle because I don't want to scare the bejesus out of this
Yes,
person who is, kind of maybe looking to this segment,
will be
who might
upfront.
be looking to this segment right now as something that's very informative and serious to them. So I mean, we can joke about it because I can sit and talk about He-Man all day, because that's all I remember.
I was so mad. He-Man was in the
So what
background.
your question was, what did we expect and how did it go? And let's
Yes.
be gentle. Amber, you want to start that one? Because I have nothing.
Yeah, I definitely think partners is what makes the experience the best.
Mhm.
I did not, I did it. I chose a partner who was already experienced. Um, but I also, going into it, I didn't do it for the right reasons. I did it because everybody else was doing it. So I
Mm.
wanted to be kind of like in the crowd too.
Mhm.
And I should have waited. I wasn't ready. Um, because after my first experience, I waited 2 years.
Mhm.
And so Yeah, I definitely say it depends on who you're with, who your partner, and which what everybody's agenda.
I agree. I would say that I didn't feel pressure from the person that I did it with or the experience. I believe not. If they were, it couldn't have been too many before me. There was a lot of talk around it, in school and a couple of circles that I was in. Nothing crazy. I mean, this was after all like the early 90s. It might have been late 80s. I can't really remember. So it wasn't crazy like it is now with these cell phones. We didn't know a whole lot. But I would say I was nervous. I did do it for the wrong reason, because of that word no. So I'm not going to say it wasn't consensual, but I really probably could have said no. I wasn't ready because I wasn't ready because I don't even know what happened. I don't even. There was no protection. You know what I mean? I could have been in like 10th grade pregnant or 11th grade. I can't remember which one. It probably would not have ended well if he had actually got it in. I don't know if I lost my virginity that day. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I just remember
I'm
He-Man.
still on the He-Man part.
I just remember getting up and He-Man was on. Um, so I mean, no shade to that person. It wasn't even like it's not even like that. I just don't really remember a lot. It was so long ago. I just remember being nervous, and I remember that the person didn't even have nothing to do with me afterwards. So that's another thing. Like it's all about. Sometimes it really is about the person,
Hmm.
and if you're ready. I don't know if that really hurt me or not. I don't think it did. But like Amber, the next time I had sex was about a year and a half later, and it was with someone who I adored, and it was a lot better. So I
I
actually kind
won't
of,
say it
I
was a
actually,
lot
I
better.
actually usually say that's my first time, kind of, because it really was. I don't know what the fuck that other shit was. But I definitely, to it was okay because I don't know if I answered the young person's question. If I'm going to answer her question, what do I expect? What should I expect? Expect to be nervous, and it's okay.
Hmm.
Expect for it to be awkward, and that's okay. You should expect to use your voice because you're allowed to do that. Expect that he's going to also be nervous and not know what the hell he's doing. And if he does, he should be patient with you. So you should expect that he's patient with you, especially if this is your first time. So you should expect that. You're going to have to expect your body to do some things. It's going to be aroused. It's going to be a lot of different things, but it's also going to be in pain. So if I can be honest, just those are the things
If
you can
he's
expect.
pushy and he's
What's that?
extra, I said if he's pushy and he's extra and he's making you do things that you don't feel comfortable doing yet, say don't be afraid to say no.
Expect
Hmm.
expect to say no. Expect yourself to say no.
Right.
I don't care if it's already in. You can say no.
Definitely.
You can say no. So that's to
Or
answer
stop.
or stop, right? And you are also allowed to ask for what you need. And I believe these are some of the things that I did not hear as a young lady.
And
No one
also,
told me any of those things.
don't be
Yeah.
afraid to tell him to wear a condom because men will swear up and down it does not feel better with a condom.
Well,
Hmm.
I tell all my youngins, if they come in there with no condom, run, don't walk, because that means he was out there doing it with other people without condoms. I told my
Yeah.
young men that also. So we're not and have them everywhere. So that's what I tell them. So go ahead, Alex. I try to be gentle, but go ahead. You ask
No.
us, we're asking you.
Uh, ugh. I lost mine because I kept hearing the girls in high school talk about it, and I was literally two steps from going away to college, and I didn't want to be the only person in college a virgin because I just thought that was going to be lame. So I lost my virginity to someone who I found out later on in life lied to me about something that if I would have known the truth about, I definitely wouldn't have slept with him. And I feel like that kind of put a lot in perspective of how everything transpired after that.
Mhm.
Because after me and him had sex, it kind of was just like a downward spiral
Yeah.
for me. And then it took a while for me to like take a hiatus pretty much
Mhm.
and swear off sex. And I don't think the only reason why I really did it at first is because I was home. And it wasn't like I was going to be inviting people over to my parents' house all the time. So I took a break for a couple of years until I was able to actually go back out there. And by the time I did go back out there, it was a little struggle because I was still in the process of healing, but still in the process of wanting to do other things.
Mhm.
So it was a journey. But I will tell the young lady that make sure that whoever you are sleeping with, make sure that they are completely honest about everything. And if something doesn't feel right, 9 times out of 10, trust your gut because it is not right.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Simple as that.
Mhm. Yeah. So if they could take anything from this conversation here, sex is very nuanced. It is very challenging, but it can be super
But don't get
awesome
me wrong,
if
we're telling
it's the right
her.
timing with the right person.
I was about to say. I was about to say we're telling her all these buts and ifs, but at the same time, when she gets that right partner, it could be amazing. It could be
Yeah,
exhilarating. It could be thrilling. So
Mhm.
it
I
takes
agree.
time.
I agree. I totally agree. Yep. But also there's a lot more to it. This was very brief. I did not want to get into structure of your experience because that would just be too much information, and I don't know if I'm completely qualified to do all that. Anyway,
Did a
okay.
part.
So did we come to an agreement that sex is better with age?
Think
Yeah,
so
I think I'm gonna be one of those
for some
old.
people.
I'm think I'm gonna be one of those old people, one of those old nasty people.
me too. In the retirement home, spread a little herpes. Not herpes, but like,
They they have STDs.
I think I got curable ones. I don't want an STD, but I'm just saying it would be in that retirement
Having boyfriends.
home. Right.
Yes, I want. I'm be hitting on the young staff.
Mm-hmm. Like,
No,
oh,
I'm
hey,
not going to do that. That's sexual harassment. That makes people uncomfortable. I'm never going to hit on young staff.
Hmm.
Maybe. I'm,
I would if he was like flirting with me back. I definitely would be flirting with him. Cause
I'm
you
not.
want
I think it makes the young
I'm
people
like this
feel
old little
uncomfortable.
cougar.
I am not a cougar. I'm not going to function like one either. Wait a minute. What is that? I am not a cougar. I don't go after. Wait a minute. Whoa.
You wouldn't be a cougar? Oh, I would be.
No. Don't cougars go after young men?
No.
I'll go after like
No, I thought the definition of a cougar was older women or women of a certain age who intentionally date younger men.
I mean,
yeah. Okay, no,
mm,
no. Okay, let me clarify. If I'm like, if how what age are you usually in a nursing home? Like 70, 80?
Not
mm,
necessarily.
mm,
Let's say I'm like
depends.
70.
70s, mid 70s, because
Yeah, say I'm
they're not all considered nursing homes. Some of them are like retirement villages.
Yeah.
right. I would go after like a 40-year-old.
Okay.
Not that bad. But I'm not gonna go for like a 20-year-old. Because at that point,
Hmm.
you're a child.
I'm talking about the age I am right now. I thought being a cougar meant that I intentionally date young men.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, because I'm not a cougar.
But then some cougars are like the younger the better. No.
Hmm.
I have a friend who like them young.
I mean, it's just like being a sugar baby.
Yeah,
I
because
would do that.
she says she enjoys getting the brakes beat off of her.
Ooh.
She feel like men our age can't do it. I don't.
But maybe because they need Viagra at that point. She needs someone with stamina to just keep.
We don't all need Viagra.
That's
I
what she
mean,
said.
70-year-olds be getting people pregnant.
Robert De
And they want
Niro
their
just got somebody
Viagra.
pregnant. He's in his 80s.
Yeah, and I'm like, gross.
It's kind of gross.
Who?
Robert
Robert
De
De Niro,
Niro.
and
Oh yeah,
someone else. There's two of them. They got women pregnant in their
Yeah,
like 80s.
in
Who's
their
the other
80s.
one?
I can't remember, but yeah.
It was De Niro.
Because they talked about it on TV just recently.
No, I think it's a big gross, and she's like 35.
yeah, yeah. That's
40.
nasty.
Is she 40? It's gross.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like that's disgusting. But like he could have gone for like a 50,
60-year-old.
right? But then her eggs wouldn't be good. So like, mm,
I don't know. But just because they can make babies at that age don't mean they can always keep it up at that age. So they're probably using some type of Viagra or something like that.
Yeah,
So but a lot of men my age are not using it. No need for it.
since you want to talk about our age.
What about it? Right. This
Oh,
she came off the rip on that today, didn't she?
she
She's
did. I don't know, because of your ages.
just for no reason. Just for no reason.
Chose
Okay.
violence.
Alex, I feel like I need for you to bring some better Ask the Fams. Because I feel like these people are white.
no, actually, I would get a good group of them next time.
Yeah, I need something a little bit more juicy.
See, I
Um,
thought that was juicy.
but juicy, but like more relatable. This is stupid.
I was sitting there like, ooh.
The tumor, to me, it was so made up. Like that never happened.
She said what she said. She had a tumor
That never happened.
and she needed help, and ain't nobody helping her.
She had a
That never
tumor.
That
happened.
train,
And
choo choo, ran on her.
she did not get a train run on her by all her boys, her boyfriends
Frat brothers.
boys. That did not happen. That didn't happen. And you just willy nilly showing up at the wedding like everything is everything. None of that happened. So anyway, we have to do better.
We don't know these people's lives.
I had a whole rant to go on today only because it's another long weekend for us, for some of us anyway.
Mr.
And it's making me not want to go in on
Mm.
Tuesday. And so I'm having a bit of a crisis, a mild crisis about my career right now. And so I don't know. Do I want to work at Lowe's towards the end of the year?
I keep saying I'm gonna open a boutique,
Okay.
a clothing boutique,
And just stop
and
doing what you're
sell
doing to open up a clothing boutique.
secondhand,
I
secondhand
don't
boutique.
want to
I
do
like
any of
that.
that. I just want to get an RV and just travel. But I want to
That
be
too.
a nomad.
I went to go look at RVs yesterday. Not yesterday, Friday. I found a nice one that I can use, I can put on the back of my truck. Not an RV, but the trailer. And so I'm kind of looking
Yeah, I
into
just
that
want to
one.
live the nomad life.
You
That's
know,
it.
Matt, like, but how are you gonna make money?
I don't like sell my little crochets and resin. I'll go to little art festivals, make a quick little 300, 400 bucks. That's my gas, that's my food. I don't need a hotel. I'm living in an RV.
Why do you want to live that life? Because I feel that. Why?
Cause I feel like I am that type of person. Like I have like my dad always said I had like two speeds on me. I'm either very chill, carefree, and like he called me a little hippie at times. But then at the same time, I'm very like high maintenance, and I want that posh Devil Wears
Hmm.
Prada life. So those are like my two.
Extremes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm never going to be able to afford my Devil Wears Prada life, even though that would be the life for me. But in retrospect, how long would that life be able to fulfill me? And I don't think it would. So I
Mhm.
feel like that nomad life, or even just a hippie lifestyle, would just be more my speed as I get older.
Same. I just wanna. I've been looking at an RV, but I want to park
Not
it on the beach.
full, yeah, maybe not like full nomad, but like
Mine would definitely be on the beach. So I'm gonna hit a little bit deeper tonight then on the nomad life. So I was talking to someone the other day and we talked about success, and they felt they were lied to about
Mm.
the way life was supposed to go in success. And that's where I'm at right now. I feel like I was lied to. That if you do all of this, this, and this, and this, and you accomplish all of this, and this, and this, you're going to be happy. Am I happy? Of course I am. Could I be happier? Yes. I don't know. When does it stop? Right. So we keep moving the goalposts to keep
Yep.
doing and getting other things. It's always another thing. And so I am tired of the things. I'm tired of moving goalposts. I don't want to move them anymore. And so I'm ready to light my load a little bit, because what I thought was successful doesn't mean a load of crap to me anymore. Not one thing.
I just want to hit the lottery real fast. Get that 300, 500 million or the billion. I want to get a whole bunch of property so I can just build a whole bunch of little cabin houses where people can or put their RVs. Have my family we all live on this little these acres.
Okay.
Build a store and whatnot. So,
I
you
don't even
know,
have to win the lottery. Just somebody hit me with their car. Just let me slip at Walmart. Or let me be one of those like lucky people, like that little stupid bitch that sued Reese's Pieces because they didn't make the Easter shaped eggs right, and they gave her October eggs, and she was like, "This isn't Easter enough," so she sued them and won like 5 million. Let me be one of those people. That's all I want.
I don't want to have to be litigious. I don't know if I necessarily need to win anything. That'd be great. But I definitely going to take my talents elsewhere at some point so I can go be creative somewhere. I want to write a book.
mm,
Same.
Yeah, I want to do some more of this with y'all and some other people. And I don't know, I just want to be somewhere, be creative. But I need to be able to eat, so I have to have a job. I do
Hey,
love
yeah,
what I do,
no
so I think
longer
I'm
proposed.
gonna keep doing what I do, but I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. So that's so it's not crisis, it's just me trying to change up a bit. That's all. Um, it's just 50 is creeping up on me, so it's got me thinking a different way. How do I want to spend the next half of my life, assuming I'm going to live to 100?
mm,
Evelyn still.
Right. We know several people who live well past their 90s. So how do I want
yeah.
to do this? How do I want to live the next, you know, 40 years of my life?
I want to
That's right.
be like Aggie Baby and be able to wake up and yarn. And she wakes up and she goes like this and she said, "Oh, I had some good sleep." 12 p.m.
I was there
And
yesterday.
then,
I was
and then,
knocked
and
out.
then propped.
Yeah.
Gets up and then props and be like, "So what's on the agenda today? Nothing? Okay, I'm going to watch Gunsmoke."
But y'all got her like that. Spoiled.
Yeah.
Exactly. They spoiled her.
Y'all spoil her. But I mean, what else would you do for a 95-year-old woman? But spoil her.
Make her get up and do it. She
Mm,
wouldn't do it at any other time.
I'm not there, so I don't know.
The, kettle calling black.
I did not spoil her like
You spoiled.
We all do. We all do.
I did
And
not
you know
spoil
what? My daughter said exactly what you said she would say about the curry goat. That Agnes said what she said. Alexa said this exactly what you said. I told her
Mm-hmm,
what happened. She's like, she said what she said. I said, Amber said you would say that.
mm-hmm,
Brown noser.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
And then she and Marcus had a date today. He only invited her out to an outing. And so as they were leaving, she said, I'm the lucky woman who gets to go out today. I was the only one who gets the invite.
like Marcus really think he wanted the grandchildren to really be a favorite. Like you're not.
He
To
trying
Y'all,
to
doing
he
all that extra stuff for what?
y'all are
that brown
fading
nose.
out. So you either step up your game or just let it happen.
Ooh, that
2024
will never
year
happen.
2024. This is the year of reckoning, as we can see, and and acceptance. And acceptance. Because people have been calling people out in 2024. Call yourself out and get some acceptance.
Mm.
Look at y'all mad. Y'all mad too. Y'all mad.
Yeah, because what?
Y'all are mad. Listen, so we'll be in here next week, and we have some more topics. I am not fond of the one that your mother picked out for us because I feel like I might get triggered.
Oh, we're all going to be triggered, but I think this
let's
is
talk about it.
that's
Yeah.
definitely a conversation that needs to be had, because I think every Black woman or whoever have experienced microaggressions and workplace trauma.
I don't even like to use the word microaggression anymore. It's just downright racist.
Mhm.
It's just downright racist. Let's just stop giving it a name anymore. Let's stop.
Yeah.
Let's just stop. It's just downright racist. So, yeah, I might need to do some woosah before we step into that
Mm.
topic. Because I don't want to go as hard as I can, because there's no need to do that, because I've made my own decisions at this point. Okay. So we can pick up there. And ladies, how you feeling about tonight and going into your week?
You know, I feel okay. This week is going to be a very busy and busy week, so I'm okay with it. Pacing myself and knowing when I need to take breaks.
Same.
Why is it busy?
Just the schedule. School starts back,
Mm.
so that doubles up everything, and so I'm not only doing work and focusing on school. So yeah.
Okay, so we're not going to hear from you as much as we did those
Yep.
last week and a half. It's okay. I'm gonna get my mind right. It's, I need for you to have this PhD so I can get some clout. So I'm gonna let you.
We got spoiled real quick. I don't
I
like
know. I forgot she had to go back to school, and I'm feeling some type of way. I got a different week. Usually, I give myself a break in between, but because I'm taking tomorrow off, I'm gonna work 3 days straight, so that's gonna be a bit challenging. And so I'm gonna just lean in. But before I go, I know we talked about sex. We briefly talked about sex and our sexual experiences. And if anybody's listening to this, take your time. Right? You don't have to. You can say no. Reach out to someone you trust. Please, if it's not a parent, hopefully if it's a sibling or auntie, close friend of the family, talk to somebody with some experience. Please don't talk to your friends. That's like the blind leading the blind.
exactly.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't use those terms, but for lack of a better word, we don't need to talk to people who's inexperienced about sex. And if you feel that you're in danger or that the situation you're in is not okay, please report it, or report it to someone that you love and trust. That's what I wanted to leave. Because I know we made jokes about our experiences and how we feel about sex and He-Man, and and we talked about some stuff like orgasm, which they probably wouldn't even be on top of right now, and masturbation. There was a lot of things that came up, but just go talk to someone who's comfortable. And ladies, I will see y'all next week. We're gonna hop into the after party.
Yay.
Okay, bye.